again. You are doing the course Automated Twitter Posting with Python, and I'm your instructor, Bertha Hokong. At this point, you should have registered your Twitter application with Twitter, and you should have the access token, access secret, API key, and API secret. You should also have Tweepy library installed in your computer, and you should be ready to send your first automated tweet to Twitter. Okay, so here's what we are going to do in order to send our first tweet. Okay, there's a couple of steps, and I'm going to type them one by one, and then I'm going to explain later to you what you need to do. So what we need is authorization. Okay, and we're going to get that, we're going to use the Tweepy library we just installed. Okay, we're going to get authorization using the Tweepy library we just installed, and using a class there called auth handler. Okay, and this is how you would spell it: OAUTH handler, exactly like that. And we're going to pass in our API key, which is there, and our API secret. In my case, okay, then after we've done that, we are going to set access token, and we're going to set access token to the access token. Okay, and access key. Okay, access token and access a secret. Okay, and then we're going to create a new function, a new variable called API, and that's going to be again referencing our Tweepy library and passing that auth variable that we just created now. And from there, we should be able to now send a tweet using that API, a variable that we just created. Okay. Update status, and you can update whatever you want. Okay. Okay, and then let's just make sure that everything went well. Let's print tweet. Okay, so there's a couple of things we're doing here. Okay, first of all, we are creating an authorization object using the Tweepy library that we just installed. So to create that authorization object, we call our Tweepy library and call a class called auth handler. Okay, and pass in our API key and API secret. Once we're done doing that, we set the access token to the access token that we installed, and an access secret that we got there. So this is where we use the variables from that we got from our application in Twitter. Then we simply create an API object using the library again and passing in our authorization to the API. Okay, this is all classes that's been written by the person who created this library, so you don't have to recreate it yourself from scratch. This is what I mean by using libraries from third parties. It makes your code much lighter. We only need these 4 lines of code to send a Twitter if we use the Tweepy library. And then this is the string that we want to send. This is a test tweet from Skolo is cool. Okay, and then let us save this and test it to make sure that it works. Okay, so we go back to our desktop. make sure that you're you're on the desktop before you run this application. Let us list what's on the desktop, and this is the app this is the script that we want to run. Okay, so let's do Python 3 again and just pass in that script and see what happens. Okay, oops, we have an error. TWIPY error code 89 message invalid or expired token. Okay, I know what's wrong because I'm actually just passing these variables in here, and this is not an actual token. Remember, I saved them in my config file, so this code should work for you provided you have the correct key and token here. So in my case, because I have them installed in the config file, I'm going to just pass config dot on top there. Okay. Okay. Just check my spelling there. Config, that's the name of the file. Yes, config dot config dot config dot config dot. So I've saved these variables in a different file, so in my case I have to do that, but with you should not have a problem. If you saved it on the same file, it should work exactly. But if you want to do also what I'm doing, like if you're going to push this document to someone else, you could do the same thing and save it in a different folder, in a different file, and just call it by importing that file and calling it like that. This is how you would do it, and so you don't have the actual secret in the file that you are sending across. Okay, let's run this again and see. This time hopefully it's gonna work. Yes, tweet successfully sent, and again the 1 + 1 = 2, so we should be good to go. But let's just test that. Let's go to Twitter and see if this tweet was sent. Okay, let's log into our Twitter account, and we log in as with the same account there, and let's just go to our profile and double check that the tweet is there. Yes, I just sent this tweet 28 seconds ago, and it says this is a test tweet from Skolo is cool. Okay, so what we have done in this lesson, we have programmatically with Python sent a tweet directly to Twitter using our API access keys and tokens that we got from our API account that we uploaded and created a new application with Twitter. And this is the first step. Now we can do much more. Now we can start the process of automating our tweets. We can randomize it. We can tweet whatever we want. We can tweet it whenever we want, because now we are able to do it with a program and not inside of Twitter. So in the next lesson, we're going to do that. And thank you very much for participating.